Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to shell script, where we will learn how to fetch or how to get effective user ID. Okay, so mainly we are going to create one script through which we will accept the through which we will receive or fetch the effective user ID. But before we start, do we know what is the user ID or EUID? No, we don't know, right? So just to clear this thing first, what we will do, we will start from the definition part itself. I'll tell you the exact definition for effective user ID or EUID. Then later on we will see how we can utilize like what is the purpose, okay, purpose, uses, and then everything is clear, like theoretically once we are okay with all these things, then we will see the practical thing where we will create one shell script in order to fetch the effective user ID. Okay, so I think now we are good to start with the theoretical discussion first, and later on we will start with the practical part. And once practical and theoretical is done, then at last we will see how to use the same shell script through CL program, because that is also very important. So let's start with the theoretical thing. I just want to drag this one just to show you the exact definitions. So we will start with the definition first. Effective user ID or EUID, because somewhere it is known as somewhere some people refer it as EUID, some refer it as a effective user ID. Okay, so should know that yes, EUID stands for effective user ID. Now definition is, the effective user ID or EUID is used by the operating system to determine the permissions of a process. Okay, so it is clear that operating system is using this EUID in order to determine the permissions of a process. Later here it is written as, it represents the user identity that the operating system uses to grant or deny access to system resources. Okay, so now you know why it is important, because it represents the user identity that the operating system uses to grant or deny access to system resources. So if you need system resources, then your EUID will be represented as a you, you can say unique identity. Okay, and through this only the operating system will use it in order to maybe grant your system resources a request or deny your system access resource related request. So I think now it is clear that yes, this part is very important. Effective user ID is very important. Now we will see the purpose. What is the purpose of this EUID? The EUID is important for processes that needs to be performed that needs to perform actions on behalf of user other than the one who started the process. So I think this is self-explanatory. When the EUID is important for processes that need to perform actions on behalf of user other than the one who started the process. We can take one example. Suppose person A started one process. Now person B wants to perform some action on the behalf of person A. Okay, and A is not the B is not the right person, right? B is not the person who started the process, but still he can perform some actions on the behalf of user A. Then this thing we will do with the help of EUID. Clear? So again here EUID is utilized in order to find out, like in order to figure out like which part or which unique ID system can use in order to figure out all these things and to perform the actions on behalf of another user. For example, in a set user ID program, the EUID is temporarily set to the user ID of the file owner, enabling the process to have the same permission as the file owner. Okay, so if you are not good with this example, then don't worry. Later on, when we discuss these things like set UID and stuff like that, then it would be clear to you. Now we will focus on uses. Like what is the uses? It is used to access control checks when the process attempts to read, write and execute files when accessing other system resources. Okay, so these are the three important theoretical points, although we have various things for the theoretical discussion, right? But we are not going to discuss these things, and instead of that we will just cover up the main thing, the important thing. Okay, so first important thing is definition. You should know the definition, because definition is something that interviewer may ask you. Okay, then later on we have purpose, and after that users. Okay, so I think theoretical part is clear. Now we will see the practical thing. So for that I'll simply write here work lng, which will open the screen work with object link. If I do page down, you will see there is one directory that I'm going to use, taking option 5 here. Work with object link, home Sharmit, text Sharmit is the location. Then we have sharmit.sh file. If I take option 2 here, it will open this screen. Let me remove this and I'll show you it from the scratch, although this is just a simple line. Okay, but just for those person who want to see like everything from scratch, let me show you. The firstly we have added the multi-line command, okay, which is EUID in shell script. Then here we will write echo, because echo command is used to print the text. Then effective user ID or EUID, then colon, then we have dollar, and after dollar we will write EUID itself, EUID. Okay, so this is the line which we will use in order to print the effective user ID or EUID. Now simply copy this path and press F3 for save and exit 2 times. Remember, you should save the things. Okay, if you are not doing exit after save, then it will not run. So here I'll write QSH, enter, then paste your path, which is /home Sharmit, text Sharmit, sharmit.sh, then hit enter. It will show you that effective user ID or EUID is 21705. So this is a unique ID for a user, which is known as effective user ID. Okay, so my question is, will it get changed if I call this script again? Let's see. So if I press F9 again, no, it is still same 21705. Let me exit the session and we will try again. Okay, so simply write QSH here. So again I'll write the path /home /Sharmit /text Sharmit /Sharmit.sh. So you can see it is still printing the same user ID, effective user ID, which is 21705. Okay, so I think now it is clear. Fine. So now I'll quickly show you how we can run the same script through CL program. So for that I have already created one program. I'll just quickly walk you through this. Although basic things I am assuming that you already know, because we have already discussed this thing many times. So for now we are just focusing on the flow. Okay, so simply write DCL, take F4, variable name, type, storage and length, then chgvar, take F4, command script is home Sharmit, text Sharmit, sharmit.sh, then strqsh, take F4, command is variable. Okay, so this program is ready. Now we are going to compile it and call it. So after calling it, what you can see it is printing the message effective user ID or EUID 21705. Okay, so yeah, this is how we can easily fetch effective user ID or EUID through shell script. And also we discussed the theoretical concepts, because that is also very important for the interview perspective. And at last we just discuss, if in some situation if you would like to execute the shell script through the CL program, then what is the process. So I just show you the process how to perform these all things. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session, we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching TechSharmit.